What's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis, once again, answering the questions that you asked me. Make sure you go to the askchazzellisproject.com if you want to be a part of picking the next video. Also, if you want to get a consultation, you want to get a quick question, or even if you just want to make a donation. You can go to Ask Chaz Ellis on Facebook. You can be a part of some of the discussions we're having, some of the Chaz Ask. Also, I do quotes on there and post videos. You can check that out too. Anyway, the question that I get often is about no contact. People constantly ask me different questions about how to go about it, some of the methods that you use to continue no contact. What should I do when this happens? What should I do when that happens? So what I decided to do was create kind of a step-by-step for how you go through no contact. This is basically like the 6 steps of creating no contact and what you're supposed to do. Number one step of the no contact method is make sure that it's worth it to you. What happens a lot of times is people don't like the way they're being treated, but it doesn't feel worth it enough to them to stop talking to the person completely. And if that's the case, what will normally happen is you'll just go back. You'll go back, you'll get disrespected again, and sometimes it may even be worse than it was before. So make sure that when you talk to somebody or when you stop talking to somebody, that it's worth it to you. Don't just go back and forth all willy-nilly like asking the person, when you go back and forth and say, okay, I'm going to stop talking to you. Then 2-3 days later, you do it again. Normally what happens is the anger of whatever they did or didn't do will keep you going for the first 2 days. And for some people it's longer because some people stay mad longer. Heck, some people are mad that somebody stepped on their foot back in the 3rd grade. And they're 26 years old now. But for most people, anger doesn't last that long, so it may last a day or two. So you want to make sure that you really feel like this is what you deserve. What you're demanding is what you really deserve, and it's something that you don't want to be in a relationship or even associate with that person without it. If that's the case, that'll keep you going. So make sure that that's the number 1 step. Make sure it's worth it to you. The number 2 step of the no contact method is plan the rules of engagement. A lot of people ask me this, like, what do I do if I see the person out at the mall? What do I do if I see them in church? What do I do if I see them here, there, or wherever? Or what if they contact me? Or what if they see me somewhere and say hi or whatever? What am I supposed to do in that situation? That's something you really want to plan ahead of time. What do I do in that situation? I say rules of engagement for if you see somebody in church, do you really want to ignore them completely in the house of the Lord? If you don't really feel comfortable with that, which I can understand, just keep it casual. You can still, no contact doesn't really mean 0 contact, because if you work together or something like that, you can't really have 0 contact. But what it says is no extra contact. No initiated contact on your part, and no contact that is not completely 100% necessary for your basic living. If it's a group of friends or something like that, y'all go out, you don't gotta just completely ignore that person, but you don't give them any one-on-one time. They're no more important than any other friend that you have. When you work that's how no contact works. So if you see them at church, what's up? Amen, brother. Nothing more. Nothing more. When you give them just that little small, how you doing? Hallelujah, sister. When you give them that little thing, that's it. Don't go any further. If you have those rules of engagement already planned out in your mind and you know what you're going to do when you see that person, it makes it a lot easier to deal with them. Otherwise, it looks like you just go into places to try to ignore them. So you know what places you want to avoid, you know what places you have to go to, and when you see them, you don't look all crazy because you still saying hi, bye, and then it makes them kind of say, is this person even mad at me or are they just fed up? It actually works even better for your case. Number 3 step to no contact. Occupy your time. It'll usually take about a day or 2, but normally you're going to get pretty lonely and you're going to start missing this person quite a bit. The reason why is not really even because they've been doing everything for you, but you got to think about how much of your time has been occupied thinking about their shenanigans. Like say they were playing games, Say they wouldn't give you what you wanted in a relationship. Say they were, whatever it is they're doing. I want you to sit here and think for a second about how much of your time has been occupied talking about them, thinking about them, being sad over them, and then the amount of time you actually spend with them. You're going to be losing all of that when you go to no contact. So that means that you're going to need to find something to occupy your time so you're not sitting around looking at the wall, eating bonbons, talking about, man, I wonder what they doing right now, and getting more and more lonely. This is a good time for you to start building yourself up, doing things for yourself, things to improve yourself, things to improve your relationships with other people. This will also make it a lot easier for you to stop dealing with this person if they don't come back correct. Because now you'll have built more friendships, more partnerships. You'll have built things in yourself and hobbies and things like that occupy your time so you're not as vulnerable. That way you don't attract the next person that's exactly like that anyway. Number 4 step to no contact is remove, delete, and block. If the person does not understand the fact that you are doing no contact, if they do not accept the fact that you don't want to talk to their ass, and they keep coming back with bull crap. Now, if they're coming back doing the things you want them to do, then you don't need to remove, block, or delete. But if they are coming back with bull crap, and they just keep coming back trying to talk to you again, but not promising or not offering or not making the steps in the direction that you know they're supposed to be making. If that's the case, that's when you block. That's when you get rid of that person. You say, you know what? I'm not going to let you be in a position where you can even contact me anymore. I'm going to make you make even more effort to contact me so I know you're going to come correct. So that's how you do that person in that situation. Remove, block, delete. If you know you can't stop calling them unless you don't have their number anymore, you might have to delete them. Number 5 step to no contact is know exactly what you want to resume contact. This is something that you really have to think about. You have to know exactly what you want to resume contact. And sometimes you're not going to know that until that person tries to contact you again. It's kind of hard to set it at the beginning because you're going to have in your mind, okay, this is what I want to resume contact. But sometimes you're not going to know fully until that person tries to contact you again. And when they start offering certain things, if they start offering certain things, then you might be able to say, well, you know what? That's not enough. I thought it was enough in the beginning, but now I know that I really want more out of this situation. You might have been like, hey, I just want them to take me out every week. Then you might have been like, you know what? No, I want a real commitment. No, now that they offered that, I don't really want that. That's not enough. So when they do make contact and you can really decide what you want because now it becomes real, make sure you know exactly what you need to resume contact. That's a good time to start figuring out exactly what you really need. Number 6, seamless reconnect. Seamless reconnect is basically if things do work out, they do offer you what you really want, they do start changing their ways and becoming better. Let's not even go back and rehash the fact that you did no contact. They might try to bring it up. You just act like you don't even hear it. Like, oh, well, I didn't. Matter of fact, say something like, well, I didn't know that we had a relationship, so I just, I felt I needed to move on. And then you contacted me, so I felt, okay, well, maybe we do have something. I didn't know you weren't really relaying that to me, so then they start thinking to themselves, man, maybe I was messing up. But don't get into a thing where you keep going over that over and over again. You let it go, and you make sure that they let it go by not going into it. It's not something you need to apologize for because you did that for a reason. So if they're looking for an apology for you ignoring them, don't give them one. Just be like, hey, this is what we're going to start from here. This is how you're going to treat me. This is how I'm going to treat you. If you can't handle that, then, I just need to do no contact again. So make that seamless reconnect by not going into all of the past stuff. You got your future, you got where you're going and what you're going to do going forward. That's what you focus on. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, Chaz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also go to the askchazzellisproject.com. Oh yeah, share this with a friend. Peace.